American painter Julian Schnabel played a leading role in the avant-garde movement in the 80s by bringing back figurative painting. Schnabel became famous for his use of unconventional surfaces such as broken plates, velvet, animal hide, and tarpaulin. Today, he's once again leaving his mark, but this time as a film director. We had the opportunity to visit Schnabel at his home, where he brought us on a tour and talked about his transition from artist to filmmaker.
I understand that you never had a TV crew in here before, not many. Is that true?
No, I mean, there's been a TV crew here a couple times, but it's not something that I do a lot, no.
A great home really probably should always look like the inside of someone's heart and head, and this is, I guess, what yours looks like. I mean, there's so much passion in this room.
Anyway, this is our bedroom.
Oh. Yeah, this is the coolest place I've ever been. This is a painting that Julian painted today, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Oh.
Jean-Michel Basquiat was Schnabel's close friend and fellow artist who died of a heroin overdose shortly after gaining notoriety as a successful artist. In 1996, Schnabel decided to make his debut movie based on his life. Living in New York with Basquiat, Andy Warhol, and other significant artists during the 80s, Schnabel believed he had to make a film that accurately represented the artists of that time.
This is the true voice of the gutter.
There's never been a black painter in art history who's been considered really important.
Do you consider yourself a painter or a black painter?
Are you a writer or a white writer?
I absolutely have to have this. Why? I mean, this is super fantastic.
Julian has a big ego, and he does big paintings, has a big ego, and I love it. But big egos very seldom ever listen to anyone. And the director must have part of him that listens, and then makes a decision and goes on with it. And Julian, it was as if Julian had been directing movies for 40 years.
I never was anything except a painter. I mean, I'm surprised that I'm making movies also, just because I thought it was too late to start making films. And I thought I was just a fan, really. You know, somebody that went to the movies and enjoyed the characters or, you know, admired the filmmakers.
Reynaldo, I'm leaving. I'll keep in touch with you, okay?
The 48-year-old artist-turned-director recently completed his second film, which he financed himself. Before Night Falls is based on the life of Cuban novelist and poet Reinaldo Arenas, who was outcast for his homosexuality in his anti-government literature.
Okay, you want to see something incredible? Show the thing in the isolation cell.
The emotional kind of a journey that this type of creative project sends you on, you know, filmmaking, as opposed to what happens, you know, when you're working with canvas, when you're working on still visual art. How does it compare?
Art form is like it's a tool. So you need certain tools to tell a certain kind of story, or to use to kind of get one sort of message across, and other set of tools for. So I mean, I don't need anybody to help me, you know, make a painting. So there's a kind of total freedom in that. It's like crop rotation, you know what I mean? I use this part of my brain for a while and the other part of it. But it gives me a fresh, I think painting gives me a fresh way to look at being a filmmaker. And vice versa. Action!
As Schnabel considers the disciplines of film and painting to be high art forms, he doesn't hold the same regard for the world of fashion.
This is fashion TV, right? I once made a painting called The Death of Fashion. I was going to call it The Death of the Fashion Model, then I just thought The Death of Fashion, because I think fashion has nothing to do with art. I think they're great fashion designers and indeed are artists. But that concept of, like, this artist is in fashion or out of fashion, the great thing about being a painter is that you can do it all your life, and fashions will come and go, but the body of work will stay intact.